Hello, everyone. It's Brenda Douglas, aka Real Estate Diva. And listen, I have a question for you. And that question is, are you willing to put some skin in the game? Are you willing to put some skin in the game to become a homeowner? In this episode, we're going to talk about some ways that you can indeed put some skin in the game, okay? And then you have to decide how much are you willing to do, or what are you willing to do to make your dream of home ownership possible, right? So stay tuned and we'll be right back. So I was reading an excerpt from The Greatness Guide by Robin Sharma, and it's entitled Get Some Skin in the Game. Fail faster, succeed sooner. You can't win without leaving your safety zone and taking some calculated risk. No risk, no reward. And the more risks you take in the pursuit of your dreams, the more you are going to fail. True joy comes when you put some skin in the game and take some chances. Yes, you will start to experience some more failure, but guess what? Success also starts to pay more visits. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So again, I ask you, how much skin are you willing to put in the game or get in the game? How much skin are you willing to put in the game in order to become a homeowner? Because there are sacrifices that need to be made. And in this market, you are going to have to put some skin in the game. If you were to ask a homeowner, how much did you have to put down? How was your credit? What did you have to sacrifice? How long did it take you? I would guarantee that different homeowners would have different answers. Why? Because the process is different for everyone. But I guarantee you that no matter what the sacrifice, everyone had to put some skin in the game. Now, yes, there are some people who can get approved for programs and not have to put money down. There are some people who walk away from the table with a check. There are some people who've had to put down a lump sum of money. Everybody's story is different. But I tell you what, if they did not have to put money down, then their credit had to be good. If they did not have good credit, then they had to pay a lot of money down, right? If they didn't have to put any money down, then they had to pay closing costs. If not, they had to choose the house, right? So they had to make decisions. Everyone has to put some type of skin in the game, including you. So often we as agents meet a buyer who wants to purchase a home. However, they don't have any money saved, right? As a seller, they may want to sell their home, but you have to prepare a home so that you can get top dollar for it, right? Everybody has to put skin in the game. So in this episode, I am going to share some ways that you can either get ready to purchase and or get ready to sell your home so that you can put not only have some skin in the game, but also you can get the best deal. Michael Jordan once said that some people want it to happen. Some people wish for it to happen, and other people make it happen. In order to make it happen, buyers and sellers both must, number one, make the decision and then commit. They must have a strategic plan and then execute. You see, it's not enough for a buyer to want to purchase a home. It's just like being in a relationship. Love is just not enough, right? You have to decide that, first of all, you want to be in a relationship. Because believe it or not, some people are comfortable with being single. So a decision has to be made, right? Then you have to commit to making it work or making it happen no matter what happens, right? You have to make sacrifices. You have to make compromises. You have to be steadfast and determined right? So it takes diligent effort to become a homeowner. So you have to put in the work, right? So how can a buyer get some skin in the game? Number one, save as much as you can. Save money, guys. And do whatever you have to do to make that happen, right? You can put your money, route some of your paycheck into an account that you don't have access to, that you don't have a bank card, right? You can, some people use their 401k. You can actually, when you're purchasing a home, you are able to withdraw from that without penalty. Now, that's only when you're purchasing a home. And I know that some people are against it, some people are for it, but to each his own. So you have to make that decision, but you're going to save as much money as possible. There are some programs that will help you to save money. There are some money saving challenges, things of that nature. The bottom line is you want to save, and you are going to have to save at least 12,000 or more. The amount of money that you're going to need up front varies based on like the type of program, varies based on whether or not you get assistance. Remember, it's a crazy market right now, so you just want to save as much money as possible. If you save like more than $12,000, right? And let's say you don't need all of that money, then you can just use that money to furnish the house. So it won't go to waste. You will have the money. So the bottom line is you want to save as much as possible. Okay. And I'm going to advise you guys to meet with a loan officer. Meet with the loan officer so that you will find out your buying power, right? And there are some loan officers that even do credit repair, and they can give you a plan or strategy to make your dream of home ownership come true, right? So they'll tell you what you need to pay off on your credit report. They'll tell you, how much you need to save. They'll tell you what your buying power is, because really you don't want to. The average sales price in Prince George's County in February 2022, the average sold price in Prince George's County was $390,000, right? Not everyone will be qualified to or have enough funds to get approved for $390,000 or more, right? So you want to meet with the loan officer, because you don't want to be looking at homes that are in the $400,000 and $500,000 range, and you only qualify for half that, right? So you want to find out what your buying power is, because you want to dream. That's number two. You want to dream. You want to stay motivated, right? So what I mean by dream is you're going to do some things to help you focus in on what you want, right? And if that means looking at Zillow, if that means going to open houses, if that means doing a vision board of the type of house that you want, then so be it. But you're going to allow yourself to dream, okay? Dream, dream, dream. You're going to write down like the features that you want in your home, right? Whether you think you qualified for it or not, you are going to dream. So write down, what you want in a house. You need to, the third thing is identify your why. Why do you want to become a homeowner? There are many, many, many advantages to becoming a homeowner. So you want to write down your reasons. Is it because you want your child to live in to be able to play in the yard or to have a yard, right? Do you want pets and not have to pay that pet rent and that monthly pet fee, right? Do you want, well, that's the same as the fee. They pay a deposit and then a monthly rent for the pets, right? So if you want a yard for your pet to run in, if you want to even have a pet, those are benefits. You want to write down your reasons for wanting to become a homeowner. If you want to be able to leave a legacy to your children, you want to write that down. Okay, so you're going to write the vision. Basically, you're going to dream big with by going out to open houses, like putting it always in front of you, and then you're going to write the vision. So what is it that you want your home to have, right? Do you want a yard? Do you want 3 bedrooms? Do you want a home on the main level? Do you want stairs? Do you want a garage? Do you want a garage to be able to park your car in, so that when you come out in the wintertime, your car is nice and warm, right? There's so many advantages to having a home. So I want you to dream big, and I want you to write the vision of what it is that you want. Okay. Then I want you to pull your credit report. Now, pull your credit report. Yes, you're going to see the loan officer, but I want you to pull your credit report so that you will know what it is that you're facing, what it is that you're looking at. Now, listen, before you start paying stuff off, meet with that loan officer, because some things on your credit report some things do not have to be removed. You may be able to do a payment plan. Not everything needs to be removed. But like I said, the loan officer can give you a plan of attack, a strategy, right? Every year you can pull your credit report or request your credit report absolutely free by going to annualcreditreport.com. And I want you to pull all 3 reports. I want you to pull the Equifax, the Experian, and the TransUnion reports, right? I want you to pull those reports. And again, you get those free every single year by going to annualcreditreport.com. And I'm going to put the link in the description. But every year you get a free one. So I want you to pull it, and I want you to face it. I want you to face the music. Like, sometimes we don't want to look at what we've done, but facing the truth is how we change things, right? So I want you to pull your credit report, and I want you to know what's on your credit report. Again, some lenders will be able to tell you exactly what needs to be removed because they know what the underwriter wants. They work closely with the underwriter, so they know what's acceptable and what is not, and they can give you a plan so that you can move forward to accomplish your goal. So pull your credit report so you will know what's on your credit report. And again, you're going to pull all 3, and you get them free every year. So pull your credit report and know what your score is. Now, there is a difference between a Vantage score and a FICO score. Loan officers, when it comes to not loan officers, underwriters, or when it comes to getting approved for a home, they go for the FICO score. Okay, so again, the loan officer will be able to work with you to tell you what you need to do to clean up. And I suggest that you get a loan officer that is familiar with credit repair, in a sense of knowing what you need to clean off of your report. Some things you'll just need to make payment arrangements, especially like student loans and things of that nature. You just need to make some payment arrangements. But at the same time, the loan officer will be able to tell you that. The loan officer will also be able to tell you that based on your salary that you're telling me, this is how much you could qualify for, right? And then you will know your buying power. Most lenders will do a soft pull initially. Now, let me just tell you that it could be an inquiry that stays on it could end up in an inquiry that stays on your report for 2 years. But you don't know unless you move, right? You don't know unless you do something. Some of you may qualify right now to buy a home, right? Sometimes we think, oh, we don't qualify because we don't make enough, or our credit score is not we don't even know what our credit score is sometimes, but then you go there and lo and behold, you qualify. So you don't know unless you ask. You don't know unless you take action, okay? And you won't make it happen unless you You won't make it happen unless you take action. Okay, so we're going to move forward, and that is the next thing that you are going to do is check your credit score. Now let me just say that buyers and sellers both need to check their credit score, right? Because number one, if you're selling your home, you still need to qualify to get into this new home. You still need to qualify, right? Even if you're taking out a home equity, you still need to qualify, right? So whether you have a home or not, you need to know what your score is. Sometimes people, they qualify to get the house or what have you. They're living in the house and then they let their credit go. Like, you need to be diligent about making your score increase. And let me just say one more thing about this whole credit score. If your scores can range between, if I'm not mistaken, 350 to 850, right? I know it's up in the eights and I know it's in the threes, right? So scores can have that range. Listen, if your score is not 850, you can use improvement. Okay. And I'm going to do another podcast on credit repair. So I'm going to be interviewing a credit repair specialist, but so stay tuned and go ahead and subscribe so that you can get the download or be ready to hear that once that's done. I'm working on that now. So my point is that if your score is not perfect, which it really is, if your score, some people, it is that perfect, but if your score is not perfect, then you want to continue to build your score. And again, this is whether or not you have a home or not. Whether you're the seller or the buyer, you still need to increase your credit score. You still need to keep your score on par. So you're going to pull your credit report. Listen, when you are in the process of purchasing a home or even selling a home, sometimes, you have to be careful about who you tell, right? Because sometimes, their experiences won't be your experience, right? So you have to guard it kind of until, and then stay focused on making the plans with people who can help you make it happen, right? Sometimes people share misinformation. Sometimes they share information based on hearsay instead of actually knowing what happens. And also, their situation does not have to necessarily be your information. The main thing is you do not want to get discouraged during this time. You do not want to feel that it's impossible because of what happened to someone else, right? So you want to stay focused and you want to stay motivated. So you want to guard that and be careful about who you share that information with. You only want to focus on partners who can make it happen, right? The other thing is, as a buyer, in terms of your real estate agent, you want to make sure that you are comfortable with this agent because, yes, you are going to meet with an agent, whether you think you are or not, because an agent will be able to share with you how the process works. So you will have some idea. So you're going to be an informed buyer, right? You're going to be an informed seller, right? So you're going to gather information, right? And you're going to be a student of becoming a homeowner. You are going to be a student of selling a house, right? In other words, you're going to be an expert at it because you're going to educate yourself about it, right? When you are meeting with a real estate agent, listen, hear me very carefully. You want to feel comfortable about working with your agent. Let me say that again. You want to feel comfortable about working with your agent. Too often, oftentimes people have bad experiences with real estate agents, right? And they don't say anything or they're bumping heads constantly, right? You have to feel comfortable. You have to be your agent's partner, and your partner has to be your agent has to be your partner. You're in this together. You're in it to win it. It's not just about the agent. The agent is trying to help you accomplish your goal, and then you want it to happen as well, right? So you should be a partner in this experience. It should not be that you're stressed, your agent's not calling you, your agent's not communicating. If that is the case, then you need to speak up, right? So I think that it's okay. I think that it's a great idea for you to meet with a real estate agent. The other thing is that a real estate agent can put you in touch with a loan officer, right? Real estate agents have the contact information of loan officers. So don't just go into banks and credit unions, guys, because there are loan officers and there are mortgage brokers who have access to other lender types, right? And sometimes you can get better deals, to be honest with you. So, you know, look for the resources, right? So you're going to go after the real estate agent. You don't have to hire that real estate agent in the beginning. You can just gather information, right? Gather information. And then also the same thing for a lender. Okay. Yes. All right. So now let's move over to the sellers. How can you as a seller get some skin in the game? Well, just like with the buyers, you need to save money. Save money. Now, listen, some of you have equity, right? Some of you have so much equity. There are people who have equity that is the same price of the house, right? So let's say they pay $250,000 for their house. Some people have equity that is $250,000. Believe it or not, right? No mortgage at all, right? If you are one of those people, and whether you are or not, if you have equity, when you move into your next home, some people are able to use that equity and move right on in, right? And not pay anything extra. So at the same time, so you want to save money. Want to save money anyway, because again, if you have more than what you need, then what you can do is you can always if you have more money saved up, you can always buy new furniture, right? Or buy a new car or something. You can use that money. Anyway, pull your credit report. You know, sometimes people move into a home, and like before they get the home, they build up their credit just to get the home. Then they get the home and they stop focusing on the credit report, right? So some of you don't know what your score is. So pull your credit report, know what's on your report. So you're going to look for some discrepancies. You are going to work on ways to increase your score, creative ways. Google knows everything. So look for ways for you to increase your credit score. More importantly, pull your credit report so that you will know what is on your report and what is on your score. The credit score is one of the factors that are used to help you move into your other home. Rule of thumb, the higher your score, the lower your interest rate, which means the lower your monthly payments, right? So that's the importance of knowing what your score is. Yes, there's several factors that determine what your monthly rate is, but that is the big one, right? The other thing you want to do to have some skin in the game is go ahead and depersonalize your space, right? Go ahead and depersonalize your space. In fact, anything that anything that identifies who you are, what you do, or what you like, go ahead and pack it away. That's the other thing. But you're going to put away pictures, collections. If you have a bunch of magnets on the refrigerator, like you really, really want to start boxing those things up, especially if you don't use them. Go ahead and start. This is the other one. Start packing. Start packing right now, because I'm going to tell you, there's nothing that hits you, the reality hits you when you start putting things in boxes, right? Like, I am really going to move, right? When you start putting things in boxes, like that reality really hits you. So go ahead and start packing so that you can mentally prepare and get ready for where you're headed, right? So you want to start packing and you want to depersonalize. I cannot say that enough. Depersonalize. If you have bright colors on the wall, then you're getting ready for a paint job. You want to neutralize it, right? If you have, like I said, pictures on the wall, if you have paintings, if you have religious stuff, if you have collections, like let's say, for example, you like to go hunting, so you have deer heads or whatever, all or animals all on the wall. You want to take those off, right? If you collect clowns and dolls or your collectibles, go ahead and pack those things away. Because the other thing is, as you have open houses, as people come through, or even when they take pictures, you want it to be neutralized. You want it to be so neutralized or so depersonalized that people don't know who owns this house. They don't know what race you are, who you are, whether you're female, male. They don't know based on the picture. So you want to strip away who you are from the house. You want to strip away your personality, or whatever makes it a home for you. You want to go ahead and pack it away, because believe it or not, people are people. And you also, more importantly, want to mentally prepare yourself to make the adjustment or the change, because believe it or not, a lot of people, I don't know who doesn't get emotionally attached to your home, right? So you want to mentally start preparing to go where you're headed, right? The other thing is, you can go ahead and start making minor improvements, okay? And what I mean by minor improvements is like painting the walls, like painting the walls a neutral color, like a eggshell white, or maybe even a beige or something gray. Like you want a neutral color, right? Go ahead and paint the walls, because a coat of paint can make things look new, right? So you don't want to put a whole lot of money into it, because believe it or not, some improvements don't increase the value of your home, right? And then some improvements are relative, right? For example, a person can put brand new carpet all throughout the home, right? And then you have a buyer who comes in and they're allergic. They need the carpets ripped up. They need hardwood floors, or they need the floors with, they can't do carpet because they're allergic to it, right? So some improvements are relative. More important. So what you want to do is you want to focus on minor improvements that could possibly give the that could possibly increase the value just by looking at it, or somebody's perception, right? So that's, again, painting the walls a neutral color, wiping down your blinds and your windows. Get the carpet clean if you have the clean. If you have hardwood floors, get them, what is it called, buffed and polished and everything, right? Power wash the house, right? Focus on the curb appeal of your house, since that's the first thing that people are going to see. So you're going to make minor improvements right now, right? You don't want to put a whole lot of money in, although the more people love bells and whistles, right? So the more you prepare, the more you can do to make it spit shine and make it sparkle, then the better the sale, the higher the sale, right? Although it is a seller's market. So, hey, right now people want a house and there's low inventory. So, hey, the ball is in the seller's court. Anyway, declutter. Okay, I cannot say this enough. Declutter. Less is more. If you have bulky furniture, you want to scale it down. You want to scale everything down so that it's only a few pieces in the room, right? If you have totes, and if you have bags, and if you have boxes, you can go ahead and put those in storage, right? Put them in storage, again, because you want as much floor space cleared as possible, right? You want the room to always appear to be spacious, right? And there are ways that you can do that even in a small space, right? So you want to declutter. You want to get rid of items that you don't use. And listen, I'm going to challenge you to sell things. Don't just give them away all the time. There's some things that you could sell and you can make money to put towards the closing costs, or whatever, the inspections, that you need to pay for, right? So, you can sell those items, but the main thing is you want to declutter the space, right? So, guys, these are just some things that you can prepare mentally and also physically. These are some ways that you can prepare the space, the environment, to get ready for the sale or the purchase, right? These are some ways that you can get some skin in the game so that you can accomplish your goal of either buying or selling. I hope that this has been helpful. Listen, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this channel, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Listen, if you have any questions about how you can procure, retain, or preserve your home investments, or if you are looking for a real estate agent, reach out to me at Real Estate Diva Brenda at gmail.com, guys, so I can answer any questions that you may have. You can also feel free, you're invited to join the Facebook group Homeowners United. Um, Homeowners United on Facebook. Woo! Join our group for the realities of home ownerships, whether you have a home now or not. We provide resources, and then, like I said, we network with uh, other homeowners. Okay, so feel free to join that group. And listen, whether you are buying or selling a home, keep your head lifted, your hopes high, and remember that the deal is not over until the keys are exchanged. Have a wonderful evening.